Hey everyone, this is the Millionaire Hippies podcast with your host, Shikha, where we chat about spirituality, business, and health. We all want to live self-actualizing, fulfilling lives with joy, prosperity, and gratitude. Let's go on this beautiful journey together.
Hey everyone, welcome to another podcast episode. My name is Shikha, and this is the Millionaire Hippie podcast. Thank you so much for joining me again. In this episode, I'll be speaking about muses and how there's so many ideas in the air all the time. They're just waiting for us to take them on and use them. So a lot of people, when I tell them how prolific I am with my writing, I write about 2 or 3 blog posts a day sometimes, they ask me where I get my ideas from. And I'm actually really surprised by that question a lot of times because I actually have an abundance of ideas coming at me all the time. So many that I don't have enough energy or the time to even write all of them down. There's so many ideas coming at me all the time. And this is not just me. I speak to a lot of people that say there's so many ideas in there. What do I focus on? There's so much I want to focus on, but there's not enough time in the day or energy in the day to focus on everything. So what surprises me about these people is that they're on the opposite end of the spectrum, which is completely normal. That's how human beings are. We're all over the place. But I'm just wondering, why are they not privy to all these ideas that we are privy to? What's going on there? Where is the disconnect coming from? Because there is a disconnect somewhere here. It's not because there aren't the ideas in the air. The ideas are all there all the time. If some of us can access it, all of us can access it. And so I believe that the disconnect comes from the fact that either these people don't believe that they can have all these ideas for themselves, or they are getting these ideas, but they're thinking that they're not good enough to execute on them. And either one might apply, or there might be other reasons as well. The fact that perhaps they don't have the time to work on these ideas, or when they start working on it, they get distracted, or they have a tendency to procrastinate, or they just are not believing in themselves enough, whatever it might be, right? There's a billion reasons for it. What I wanted this episode to be about was to kind of make you realize that when an idea comes at you, so a muse is in the air, a muse is any kind of guardian angel or a spirit that helps us write or gives us ideas or makes us a better creative person. I'm focusing on writing because that's what my craft is, but it can apply to any creative endeavor at all. It could be music, or it could be acting, it could be visual art, whatever you want to focus your energy on, whatever you want to focus your creative energy on. So the muse is in the air and it's around us in our apartment, in our computers, in our fingers, in our toes, wherever it might be, right? So it's there in the air and it's giving us all these ideas. And so when I wake up in the morning, I do a meditation session because I'm telling the muse, this is my time. I'm getting ready for you. Let me just relax and come back into my body. And as soon as I'm done with my meditation, I get a surge of ideas and energy. And as soon as I do that, I sit down on my laptop right away and I start typing away like a crazy human being for the next 2 or 3 hours. And so I end up writing thousands of words. And then after that, I'm so exhausted that I go and chill for a little bit. And then I restart the process every morning, the same thing over and over again. But I've set up a schedule or a routine to tell the muse, tell her or him, or whatever you want to call it, that I'm ready for you. And here I am, ready to type away. Here I am with my laptop. My fingers are ready. I'm ready for you with my energy. Please give me all the ideas that you want me to write on. And so I feel like as soon as I set up that routine, that the muse knows that I'm here for it and I'm ready to write, the muse knows when to send me ideas and I can get a burst of all these amazing ideas to write on as soon as I get ready. It's so weird how that happens, as if it's synchronized. I sit down on my laptop and instantaneously all these ideas come into my head and I start typing away. On those days when I don't have a proper routine set up and I'm going all over the place, I get up at different times or I'm traveling, that I notice that the muse doesn't ever come to me. And when I sit down to write, it does not give me all those ideas that I've been so used to getting. And so I realized that it's the routine. The muse is waiting for us to have a routine. It's waiting for us to tell it, yes, I'm ready now. I've done my stuff. Now I'm ready for you. Please give me all the ideas so I can write them down. I'm sure some of you are listening to this thinking that I'm absolutely insane. I'm talking to myself, or I have all these weird ideas, and that's totally fine if you don't believe me, because that does not matter. The belief is the thing that matters, right? If you don't believe me, then the muse is going to work differently for you. The ideas are going to come from a different way. Perhaps if you don't believe in a muse, then your ideas come from different individuals. A lot of times when I didn't believe in a muse in the past, my ideas came from other people that I met, friends, family members, acquaintances. Also came from people that on the street. I'd watch someone and I'd get an idea from them. So it came from all of these random avenues. It did not come from a muse, but it actually did, right? If you really think about it, it came from that energy, that collective consciousness, that source of all of our knowledge and power, and it was coming through different avenues in terms of it was coming through different people, but it was still coming from that source to me. And so nowadays, I know it's the muse. I know she's speaking to me, or he's speaking to me, or it's speaking to me, and so I'm ready for it. And as soon as I'm ready for it, she sends me all these amazing ideas, and I just type them out. And I realize, because it is the muse that's speaking to me, that the ideas are going to be amazing. I don't doubt the ideas anymore. I don't doubt the blog posts I'm writing, because I know that it's not me writing. It's the muse writing them for me. And she's brilliant at it. She's a brilliant creative, because she's tapped into all of that amazing, awesome power. So I know that the stuff is going to be good. And if it's not good, or it's terrible, it's because of me, because I didn't transcribe it properly. The muse requires us to give up our ego and to just let go and transcribe what she's telling us to transcribe without bringing ourselves into it too much. What happens is that when we're writing something and the muse is with us, sometimes we think that, oh no, the muse doesn't know what she's talking about. I can make it better. And as soon as we start changing things around and inserting our censorship, our critic into it, all of that stuff into it, I feel like it kind of makes it impure somehow. It's so pure when it comes to you, and you kind of muddle it up. And sometimes, it doesn't really matter, but a lot of times, to me, I notice a difference in the quality of the subject matter, the quality of the writing, when I let go and I let the muse speak through me. Whereas when I actually, pummel into it and I start changing things around because my ego comes into it, I know there's a big difference in the quality of writing. I notice that writing that comes straight from my heart, straight from the muse, is it's ethereal. It just flows. There's so much more meaning to it. Every word is just perfectly placed. But whereas when I write it myself, when I'm writing it with a lot of ego into it, thinking that I'm so great and I know exactly what I'm doing, I feel like the writing doesn't have as much oomph to it. It's not as great. It's not perfectly placed as it was, and it just feels off somehow. I don't know how to explain it really, but I know it, and I can feel it. And when I feel it, I know that I'm letting my ego come into it. So the next time around when the muse comes to me, I let go as much as possible. That's the reason I actually meditate in the morning right before all my writing, because I want to get into that space of heart. I want to get into the heart space rather than being in my mind space. I don't want to be in my thinking mind. I want to be in my body. I want to let go of my ego. I want to let go of my thinking mind and let my body and my intuition, my gut speak through me. My heart speak through me. So all of this other peripheral stuff isn't interfering with my writing, with my creativity. And so I let go, I do my meditation, I get into my body, and then I type away like a fiend. I'll type 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 words in a row without even blinking an eye. It doesn't take any effort at all because I'm in flow. I'm in flow with my muse. And the muse just lets me do my stuff. I write and I write and I write, and everything comes out so perfectly and so effortlessly without any ego in it that I feel so grateful when I'm in that flow state. But it actually takes a lot of effort to maintain that routine, because a lot of times when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to meditate. I don't want to do my routine. But I know if I don't, then I'm not giving that signal to my muse to say, I'm ready for you. Give me all the ideas right now, right? And so I know those days when I do screw up my routine, because there are days like that, I'm not perfect. I notice a difference. I notice a big difference. And that difference itself is my motivation now. I know that if I don't practice or do my routine, if I don't do my meditation practice, if I don't do all the things that I do in the morning to get ready for my muse, then my muse is going to show up, but I'm not actually going to transcribe it properly, or she won't show up at all, because she knows that I'm not ready for her, and she knows that if she sends me stuff, it's just going to be convoluted anyway. She's really smart that way, so I appreciate her for that. And if she doesn't show up, I do have those days where I'm waiting for her and waiting and wanting to type. My fingers are on the laptop, and my keyboard is ready, but I have nothing. Nothing comes out. I'm just dry as I don't know, not dry as a dry well. I'm so dry. There's nothing there, and I know that's because I haven't done my routine and I haven't allowed the muse to come to me. So I implore you guys to do the same. If you have a dearth of ideas, if you're having an idea, if you have an idea bank, that's great. But if you're having problems getting ideas, then I just ask you to welcome the muse back into your life by giving her the space that she requires. And welcoming her back into your space by maybe doing a routine or maybe imploring her to come back into your life. I will be putting out a Muse meditation soon, so you can check it out on themillionairehippie.com. And also check my website out for other meditations that I put out. In general, though, I hope this all makes sense to you guys. Muses are really important for a creative person. And I want you guys to understand the concept behind it. There's a lot of other posts I'm going to be doing, a lot of podcasts I'm going to be doing on it as well. So stay tuned for all of that. Again, thank you so much for listening. And if you guys have any questions at all, please message me at boomshikha@themillionairehippie.com. I'll talk to you guys the next time around. Bye for now.